Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. I'm wearing my America hat that Gay Thompson got me. I got my American tank top on. I wish I had some mustard on it. I wish I had some ketchup on it. That would make it pretty authentic then. Um, just wanted to talk to everybody a little bit today. Some of the thoughts that I've had, some of the things that are happening. Just want to keep it a little bit light, not so serious. I think we've all got a lot of seriousness going on right now in our lives. So, um, unfortunately, the event that was going to happen with Kristen, or yeah, with not Kristen, but with Nancy Orticelli and her group, Constitutional Coalition of New York, unfortunately didn't end up happening. So that's why I didn't post that on the page. Also, our protest today, I'm not going to be able to, good morning, Carrie, I'm not going to be able to attend at noon. So I do apologize for that, guys. However, good group of people are going to be there. We're going to have corner of Transit and Main Street over in Clarence. You're going to see everybody parked there and then doing their thing as far as supporting Independence Day, which literally with this means a lot. A lot of people are down, guys. You may have seen my post that I had yesterday, and and I posted that because you could kind of sense it. You could sense it around town that people are feeling down. You can sense it on your pages, you can sense it with your family, and you can sense it with your friends. You can sense it in the conversations that people are having. I mean, today's a big day, and we had an opportunity to try to get to have a celebration. I fell short, so I need to learn a lesson from that. I need to learn a lesson that, hey, go ahead and do what it is that you're going to do in spite of what else might be happening, in spite of however many people show up. Maybe there'll only be a handful of people that show up, but to those handful of people that do show up, that'll mean the world to them, that they're able to, contribute and be a part of something. So that's a big lesson learned from me. And it doesn't mean that we can only celebrate Independence Day on Independence Day. We can celebrate Independence Day any day. So I'm still going to try to put together a rolling tribute for everybody so we can all just kind of roll through. It's a shame that everything has been shut down. Concerts, right? We've had all of the festivals shut down. We've had any type of outdoor activity that would bring us enjoyment and pleasure, including kids' sports. The kids' sports shut down. The kids, what that's doing to them. And we've talked about that. And I don't want to get on that, but we have a lot of things that are shut down that people would ordinarily do to find enjoyment. One of the things for me that are very big, I really enjoy going down to the canal. I enjoy walking down there. I enjoy going to see the concerts that are down there. I really enjoy going to concerts a lot, all summer long, spring long, and fall long. I enjoy doing that. I really enjoy going to watch the kids play the sports. I don't care if it's a little league game or if it's a high school game. I really enjoy going and watching them, and seeing the parents engage, or seeing the kids, seeing the kids where it really matters to them. They're playing really hard, and then the other kids that are just out there because they want to, their parents may have whatever the reason is. But I really enjoy that, and that's gone. Some of the other things that I really enjoy are the festivals. I do enjoy going to the Allentown Arts Festival a lot, and all the other festivals. The Jazz Festival in Lewiston, really enjoy that. The Blues and Jazz Festival in Niagara Falls, that is an amazing event. I enjoy going to that. Erie County Fair, State Fair. Last year was the first year that I got to do that. Erie County Fair this year be the first time since ever that most of us won't be able to go to that event. It's not a guarantee, but I think it is shut down actually, right? So, no Erie County Fair. So all of these things that all of us really enjoy and appreciate are gone. And we had an opportunity to do something about it on Independence Day today. We had an opportunity to come together. We had an opportunity to support all the business owners who had to be shut down, but we forgot, right? They gave us back that little morsel, that little bit of a morsel. And we all said, well, I kind of got into this like we always do. I got a life. I got a busy life. I can't do this. I can't be focused in on trying to rally and protest and worrying about everybody else's problems. Guys, that's how we got into this situation in the first place. It doesn't take a lot. It really, Mel, So it doesn't take a lot but thank you. It doesn't take a lot to do something. This is one of the big things that I've learned. You don't have to be great to be great. If you just do one little extra thing, that's all it takes. So I work with people on a daily basis, every day. Everybody from people who have crippling anxiety to just, some mild forms of depression. And then with my friends and my family, I help them with those experiences that I've gathered with the people that I help that are in a more critical state. And the biggest thing that I've learned that people are able to pull themselves out of depression very quickly once they have the tools. So all the tools are, literally the tools are to pull yourself out of depression. You don't have to go and spend thousands and thousands of dollars with a psychologist. I'll give you the secret right now. It's a smile. That's all you got to do. It's a laugh. Once you can start with a smile and a laugh, then you can reach out to a friend. And we say, Pete, I don't have any friends. Well, you do. You got somebody. You got a family member. You have somebody you can reach out to. Even if it's me, even if it's somebody on my page, you have somebody you can reach out to. And you can have a conversation that's fun and upbeat. We don't need them to give us our independence. We don't need those government officials. We don't need the WHO. We don't need the CDC. We don't need Cuomo. We don't need the health commissioners. We don't need them for our independence. And we don't need them for our happiness. We don't. Our happiness and our independence starts right here. Not with Gay's hat, but yeah, independence starts with Gay's hat too. It starts in your head, and that moves to your heart, and then that moves to all the emotions and the feelings that you have every day. Rather than continuing to talk to yourself in a negative way, Carrie's on here right now, and she knows better than anybody. She is a huge example of what it means to be good to yourself, to give yourself independence from those crippling thoughts. It's a smile. It's happiness. It's reaching out to a friend and having that conversation. And then once you've built that and you've gotten used to talking to yourself in a way that's positive and constructive and uplifting and affirming and validating. I'm not talking Jack Handy style SNL, but a little bit, you know what I mean? We don't need to be staring at mirrors and things like that, but I guess if that helps you, go ahead, do whatever you gotta do. I don't have a mirror. I don't have a mirror, so when I go outside most of the time, I have no idea what I look like. So, but you can do that if you want to. The key is independence is within our own control. It really is. Once you can start redirecting that narrative inside your mind to be more positive, to be more uplifting, then guess what? All of the people around you, your little circle, you can affect them in a great way, in an extremely great way. And all it takes is to smile, be happy, laugh, and be good to yourself. And people will see that. They will see that. It will emanate from you. So here's an example. If anybody who thinks that this is just not true. When you know somebody who is constantly depressed, right? Do you interact with them? Do you talk to them? You don't. And you go, well, Pete, it's a false It's going to be false if I'm happy, or false that I'm smiling because I have all this angst and everything else. Guys, it's not false. Your reality is what you create. No one else controls your mind. You are the only person that controls your mind. Well, I mean, maybe the government does too. That's a whole other topic. We won't get on that. But for the most part, obviously with the news and the programming and the indoctrination and the brainwashing, but you tune that out. You tune it out. And that's the first step in giving yourself happiness. You control that narrative inside your mind, and you will be amazed at the beautiful things that will start to happen. Rather than not being able to get up out of bed in the morning, you're going to want to get up out of bed. And then you can create a schedule for yourself of what you want to do and accomplish every morning before you go to work or if you're at home. And when you start accomplishing those little things, you're going to have a reason to get up every single day. And when you get up every single day, you're going to be excited. You're going to start to become more excited. Rather than that heaviness on your chest, that heaviness in your mind where you're just like, you just want to stay under those covers. You're like, what am I going to do today? I hate life and what's going on and sad. Guys, I lived it. I embody it. I personify it every single day. Every day. You guys know what I've been dealing with the past few weeks. I could have went into a shell, right? And I had to tune out, and it wasn't anything to do with what was going on with me personally. It was my voice. My voice was gone. It was gone. So everybody was asking me at the rally, they're like, how are you yelling for so long? and my voice to pay for it. But, you be good to yourself. And then when you can get up in the morning, that's that independence that you're giving yourself. We're not relying on anybody else to give us that independence and that freedom. And then what happens? Now you're a little bit better. Now you're getting out of bed. Now you're accomplishing things. There's so many things on our lists, right? So many things on our lists to accomplish every single day. Do one thing. Be in the moment. Be present. Be aware. Be mindful. When you are with somebody else, whether it's a family member or whether it's a friend, be in the moment. Be attentive. Be a good friend. Be a good family member. Be there for whoever it is that's there. Listen to them. Engage them. Like I said, be present. Then it extends out. Now people start, and very quickly, and a lot of people will say, hey, Pete, this is who I've always been. This is who I'm always going to be. This is the person I am. That's not who you have to be, guys. I will tell you this. I have been so many different people in my life, and people have seen the changes. You can make that change, and you can make it instantly. I have helped dozens of people, probably hundreds now, where I have shown them you can make those positive changes in your life immediately. You can give yourself the independence. People sit there, Pete, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I tell every single person that does it, I will tell you this, 100% of the people, every single person that believes in it and commits to themselves does it. That is a fact. Even the people that didn't believe it, that they're like, there's no way I can do that. This is the person I've been. This is who I know. This is how everybody knows me. This is how everybody knows me. And thank you, Joe. See you soon. Thank you. Good to see you, Sean. But they made those changes. They committed to it. And I'm telling you what, guys, in a moment, their lives changed for the positive, for the better. Because all of us, myself included, we all have things in our lives that we can do better, that we can pay better attention to. We can be more present with our kids. We can be better for ourselves. When we go out in public, we can smile. We can laugh. We can just engage lightly. Not in that serious, creepy way where you're like, hey, I want to talk to you. I don't know you, but I want to talk to you. But when those opportunities present themselves, take advantage of them. Really, really, really take advantage of those opportunities that present themselves and those moments. Be present for friends. Be present in your house, giving yourself those activities. Be present in your job. Change the way you say things. Change what you say. Change how you say it. And that all starts in your mind. We get so conditioned to say negative things, right? So many times that becomes our identity. And it's not that you can't be fun and that you got to be like this, creepy, like, I don't know what the hell, positive thinker. I don't even, but like that's supposed to be a creepy thing. But you can do it in a natural and organic way that impacts your life in a very, very positive way most of the time. Now, you're always going to have negative thoughts. Those are always going to creep in. That's just the way it happens. But when you start to control the narrative inside your mind, you control those emotions, you control those feelings, and you can redirect those negative thoughts really, really quickly. And I'm telling you guys, 100% of the people that I work with, that I help, have seen this. Once they commit to it, once they believe in themselves, once they believe they can do it, they do it. 100%. The people that don't, morning Tracy, happy 4th, honey. Oh, sorry, wait, is honey a term of endearment? I shouldn't say that. Or you call you pancake instead. Call me pancake, please, with syrup. And butter, of course. You gotta have butter on pancakes, right? So that's what independence is all about, guys. And I need to be better, and I need to remember that I can get these things done. I have to be aware of what my responsibility is. And a lot of times people don't. Like, I'm just a person, and I kind of got thrust into this role. But I recognize that I was thrust into this role, and I'm embracing it. But if I'm not the best that I can be all the time, just understand that I'm just doing this on the fly, guys. I really am. Like, I have no, like when I'm at a rally, I don't know. Like, I've never done that. Like, I am just figuring it out, You're right, Tracy, we can't be. But I'm just figuring this stuff out. We can all be something a little bit better. And it doesn't need to be a whole lot better. It's just a little bit better. If you can be a little bit more, a little bit more present, a little bit more aware, a little bit more mindful to other people, and understand what you're saying and how you're saying it. Now, I got away from the negativity on my page, and I rarely, if ever, engage in it on my page anymore. And everybody swarmed to my page, and more people every day come to my page. You guys are inviting people, and I appreciate that because it means that you guys respect what it is that I have to say and what I'm doing. And I've told everybody, don't engage those negative people on your pages. Those people, they struggle themselves. They're struggling with their own afflictions. They're struggling with their own level of mental illness. And they don't know, so they lash out, and they're unhappy. And you can't fix that. It takes a little bit of work to fix that because most of them don't even recognize that they need to help themselves because they're the only ones that can help themselves. We can't do it. So by engaging people like that, you're not going to do them any good, and you're not going to do yourself any good. And take a look at the amount of time that you are investing. And in my opinion, I called it wasting because I was engaged with these people hours a day sometimes. Not every day, but hours a day sometimes. And I chose not to do that anymore. Right, absolutely, Tracy, we can. I chose to be surrounded by strong people, intelligent people, people who do research, people who want to contribute, people who want to be positive together, people who want to help, people that are empaths, people that want to be there for one another, people that want to do things for one another, people that have faith. Now, I'm not an especially religious person, but I have faith, and I believe. But I wanted to be surrounded by people that could and wanted to make a difference. And the difference that made in my life, as opposed to engaging people negatively on my Facebook page and in any other social media or in my life, was profound. Absolutely incredible. And the people that I got to meet between Taylor and Erica and Stephanie and Carrie and Rich and Derek, and I mean, you go down the Nicole, you go down the list, and I'm just Allison, and I try to think of all the names of all the people, Tracy, everybody that I've met that were on my page that were afraid to post or even like a post Now there's strength. Now, I remember I had somebody that said, Pete, nobody likes your posts. Well, hundreds of people reach out to me and tell me how much they appreciate my posts and the words that I say, and that I'm the one that's saying them because they can't. And they can't even like my posts because they're afraid of what's going to happen because nobody else likes it. Hundreds of people reached out to me and told me that all the time. Now, guess what? Look what happens. Because I surrounded myself with people that are positive, those people like my posts. And now the people on my page who were afraid to like those posts because they didn't want to be targeted, they didn't want to be bullied, they didn't want somebody coming out and espousing nonsense to them. Now these people are unafraid and they can be on my page liking what it is that I post because they see so many other people liking the posts. That one single move that I made was huge and enormous for me. And it was so simple. It was so simple. I made a conscious decision. If somebody made a negative post on my page, if it was over the line, I would delete it. If it was offensive, or if it was rude or argumentative, or if they called a name, I delete them. I delete them all the time. However, if people, and I don't want to silence anybody, I don't want to, remove anybody's right to free speech, but if they've attacked somebody unnecessarily or senselessly, I get rid of it because I've made it very clear on my page that we're not going to do that. That people are here to support one another. People are here to feel like they have a place and a home for people to turn to, that they're protected from all the other nonsense and the bullshit in their lives that they have to deal with at work, at school, taking your kids to sports, going to church. We all have enough of that to deal with. This is a place of respite. This is a place of, peace, and unity where you can come together and you can actually have a conversation. Even if somebody disagrees with you, it's still positive. People will disagree on my page, but it's not like an outright, I'm going to attack you. It's more of a, hey, where was your source? Can you find the source for me? Because I want to know that this is legitimate. Immediately, you'll have 2 or 3 people that'll find that source and then post it, which is great. That's the way it should be with healthy discourse, with positive dialogue and moving things forward. So that's our independence, guys. Independence is all in the mind. It's about you giving yourself freedom. It's about you giving yourself your independence. It's about you giving yourself happiness. That's what this is all about today. And when we spend time with family today, make the most of it. Laugh your ass off. Have fun. Smile all day long. Make your world great. We don't have to be great to be great. We don't have to do all these huge, monumentous things in order to be great. It's just tiny little things, Sing in the morning. Listen to the music. Be good to yourself, Listen to the birds. Open the windows. Put the fan on. Put the AC on. Whatever you enjoy, make sure you're doing it. That's where your independence is going to come from. That's where your freedom is going to come from. And that's going to extend out to your family and your friends. That's really where it's going to extend out to, because they're going to see you just like me. I know my life and I take a look, but I haven't always been responsible to how people see me. And now I'm finally at that point where I try to be as responsible as I can to it, how people see me and what I'm doing and how I'm able to affect people. So recognize how you affect people and how you can affect people. You take a look throughout history and some of the worst times that there are and have been, and you take a look at the people that shined and they made a commitment to themselves and everybody else around, no matter how desperate or horrible or horrific the conditions were, in a POW camp or, in Nazi Germany or Stalin Russia or in China now with the encampments with the Arabs and, or people of Islamic faith or, in certain parts of this country and cities. You take a look at the people that are shining lights. sometimes they're big shining lights and you can see them and they're bright and they're brilliant, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're that mom or that dad that makes sure they get up every morning and they make that breakfast for their kids. They go out, it's the mom that, has the 3 or 4 kids that she's making sure her kids are happy. That's all what greatness is. And even as burdensome and as heavy a load that being a parent or even being alone, like so a lot of us alone as elderly or, myself, I'm here, but I'm never alone, but, family members who have their kids, you feel so alone sometimes, even when you have children running around. Just know you're not alone and you can change that thought process inside your mind. And when you do change that thought process inside your mind, it exudes from you. And people see that, and your kids see that. And now you're allowing yourself, if every day you think those crippling thoughts, every single day, you will be crippled. And you will think that you can't do anything. Once you start to free yourself, once you start to evaporate those negative thoughts, and you change and redirect that narrative, you will be astonished at the focus you can give things. And then you start to add in structure and organization and discipline. And now you're able to radiate outwards to other people, to inspire them in just subtle ways that make the biggest difference in the world. So, yesterday, I will share a little bit now because I did all that. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Yesterday, I did one of my favorite things that I enjoy doing, which is going to the Lower Gorge. Love the Lower Gorge. I just love it. One of my favorite places in the world. So I walked down there, and nobody was there. It was crazy. It was beautiful. And I got down there, and there's a small window of time, and it's here. I was so excited. I went down. And there's this one area you go around the bend at where the whirlpool is, and the rapids are crashing, and boom, and you hear the boom and the boom, and it's just awesome. You're seeing loons, which I don't know how the loons, Courtney, I don't know how the loons just, like, they fly halfway between the river. They don't come to America. They aren't here in America, and they stay over on Canadian side. You will not see a loon here. I don't know how they do it, but you just watch them fly down the middle of the river. And I walked up and I saw it. And there are a couple of spots that you can go in that you're right next to the river, like right next to the river. And you can get in the water. Now, don't tell anybody. Keep it a secret. But, oh my God, I was like, it's perfect timing. So I took off and I had my shorts on and I was hoping I was going to be able to get in. And the water was a little brisk, but I got used to it, and because I needed to go in, and it's just like this natural area where the river is just raging by you, and then the swale comes in, so you got to be careful because the water comes in and then it rushes out, so you kind of, but there's a rock there, and you hold on to the rock, then you could come around and then you look, and the river's right there. I lost total track of time. I must have been in there for like 2.5 hours. Like, I did not want to get out. I was like a little kid. I'm gonna camp here all weekend. This is gonna be amazing. And I was so blessed that I was able to find that spot. The way I found that spot was a few years ago. I went down there and I saw these people jumping in off of this rock, and I was like, what's happening? Like, I have to do that, And the person I was with at the time was my girlfriend, and she was like, she's like, I know you're going to do it, so whatever, just go have fun. Don't get caught up in the river, So just like, what was it, Billy Crystal? Have fun storming the castle, don't get caught in the river. Don't be a statistic. So got down there, and it was there, and it was awesome. And they got the second spot that I found that I can't wait to check out, that the water comes in, and then you're kind of like protected, and it's this natural whirlpool. But inside this spot that I know, you can hunker down, you get down in the one spot, and you just kind of chill, and your body's all covered with the water. And then there's another spot where you can actually like lay back and kick back, and the rock that you hold on to so you don't go in is right there next to you, so you're kind of protected. But I was so happy. I was like, I stayed way later than I should have, but I was there. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And, I was really happy that I was able to do that yesterday. And, why I bring that up is just that find those happiness, find that happiness, find those things that you enjoy doing and give those to yourself. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a walk. I don't care if it's doing dishes. I don't care if it's gardening, landscaping, setting up your patio, calling up a friend. Find those things that you enjoy and give them to yourself every single day, every single moment. You don't have to wait for a vacation. You don't have to wait a week or a month or a year, to plan it. You can give yourself those happy moments every single day. A couple of things that I wanted to share too. One was they got this tuner car group that gets together over at the Sonic right around the corner from me. And I love these kids because they have some are the, hoopty rides that they're trying to get there, and some are completely legit. And then they have the trucks and everything else. I want to say I absolutely love these kids. They come together. They're like this past Thursday or Wednesday, whatever it was, there was probably a couple hundred cars there when I was there. But then throughout the course of the night, who knows how many cars. So it's a car club or whatever it is, but keeping auto alive, but also keeping group and keeping, collecting with one another and, sharing something like that is huge. And these kids are coming out and they're doing it. And I love that. And all of us can do that more. Like, we can do what those kids do. We don't need anybody else to dictate our independence and freedom. We don't. That's what this country is all about. We can do whatever we want, and we can be where we want. And we can put a group together like those kids did or do and come together every day, And there was one other thing that I saw that made me smile, where there was a group of people coming together, and I had it, and now I lost it. But anybody that is doing anything where you're together with somebody and you're helping out so other people feel good, I love that, guys. It can start with 2 people. It can start with 3 people. It can start with 4 people. It doesn't have to be big. It's helping you. Like our Memorial Day rally, we only had 12 or 13 or however many vehicles, but that helped everybody that was there and everybody that saw us. So imagine the opportunity lost today to not be able to do our rolling, tribute. I feel a little bit sad about that. I feel a lot of bit sad, but I have to get over it. It was a missed opportunity on my part, but I can be better. So, I wish I could remember the other thing that inspired me that people were doing. Oh, well, I mentioned this. One thing that I love are seeing all the other ethnicities that are out. Like, I really love that and enjoy that. They're like, I'm not wearing a mask. Did you see where I come from? Like, I'm good. I'm going to be safe. I'm out here. And I love that because I'm seeing everybody, all other different ethnicities that are out there as Americans. And I said happy 4th to everybody that I saw. Hey, happy 4th. And everybody, and a lot of times people walk by and they're fearful. They don't know. A lot of people don't talk to one another. I always try to make sure I'm saying something to somebody just nice. Hey, how you doing? Have a nice day or have a nice night. Even those little things help, guys. It said we don't have to be great to be great. We don't have to do huge, great things to be great and inspire other people. Just little things. The person that keeps coming to mind are, like Djokovic, the tennis player, or Roger Federer. Everything is all about 5% or 10% increments. If they can do just something just a little bit better. If we could all apply that to everything in our lives, it'll be huge. And then we'll feel more free. And we'll inspire others that'll want to be like, man, what's up with that person? They were this way, but now they're this way. That's pretty cool. And then maybe they have that conversation with you and they realize that they can own their happiness too. So whatever you guys are doing, have an awesome day. I'm going creeking again today. I don't know where, but I'm going to be out. I may get out on the kayak, definitely going to get out on the bike. going to do all kinds of fun things, and then I'm going to spend some time with family and friends. So I had a protest to go to, but unfortunately at the same time that's happening, I have another commitment with family. So I'm going to miss that, and I'm going to be really sad that I'm missing it. But you're right. I see you. Absolutely, Tracy. Love all your messages here. You're absolutely right, hon. But, so I'm sorry I'm going to miss the protest. But if anybody can go to the protest, they will be down there at Transit in Maine in Clarence, and go down there and help, be there with them. So good morning, everybody. Everybody that is on here right now. There's a lot here before. I don't want to get into it, but it's awesome seeing you guys. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July. I can't wait to see you, Kuda. Can't wait to see you, man. I'm excited. Hopefully I don't get another car stolen by anybody. Hopefully I don't have anybody steal my cat. Like, God, if they steal guys, I'm just going to tell you this. If somebody steals Ralphie, it's over. It ain't going to be over. Well, it'll be over because of me, but it'll be over because of my nieces and my nephew. Holy hell will rain down on this planet like nothing you have ever seen. So, it's really good seeing you guys. Have a happy 4th. Just know this. I love you guys. If you need anything at all, reach out to me, message me. I'm going to be available. I'm going to try to get back to everybody, even if it's just like, hey, a like or a love of the statement or the video that you shared. But you guys have been amazing for me. Like, you guys have been so amazing for me. The changes that you guys have brought on in my life to be better has just been amazing. Like, it really has been amazing what you guys have done for me. You've inspired me to do things in a different way, look at things in a little bit of a different way. Even though I was the person that I was, still growing. And we never stop growing. And if we all believe in that, and we all approach life like that, and we apply that to our lives, great things are going to happen, man. And that's the truth. So I tried to keep the negativity down. I tried to stay positive and uplifting. It's all about independence. It's all about burgers and dogs and sausages and steak and chicken and whatever else you want to eat today. Seafood, lots of seafood, lobster and crabs, whatever. I don't know. Hopefully all that stuff is still in the supermarket. I don't buy that stuff. So hopefully one of my family members will have that today. But anyways, happy Independence Day, guys. Happy 4th. Love you all. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.